Go tell Daddy the tea is almost ready. Oh my gosh. Time for supper.
One hour. You're now listening to the best music, mashups, and moments. Freshness. She want the body to the front, bring that ass to the back. Yeah, my money going up, it'll never subtract. Choo, 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 choo. My Jeep in the back. Choo, 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 choo. Just a bad boy sound in the track. I need body, body, body. For the police, I'ma get a body. Catch your body, tell somebody. Shake your body, shake your body. I'ma throw the money like I hate money. Pull it to the spot and I make money. Bitch, I'm a goon, I can take money. She love a goon, come shake it for me. Bad girl. You're now listening to the best music. Feel the freshness. She give it like na stingo taekwondo kopeko slow ikola ukondo seta giura dina sina gafomo skilla jina bigi wani baby ndogo kona stingo taekwondo one man amina wa mada solo si wataki sana dunga madingolo nani dingo makara ukondo no tesa no tesa no tesa tuma chuna na mpesa no tesa no Tessa, no Tessa, Chula, Tuma, style on style, we keep going. Might be here a while, let them all in. Shut it too wild, like a story. You can pop to one time, end of story. Dig in the vibes, now I test some bullet. We go all night in this party. Feels good to be alive when you're sorted. Game life, I couldn't get to you on Saturday. Send it to your inside, now I'm outside, oh yeah. Up in the broke guys, my life, it's like a phobia, yeah. See you look good when you dance out here. Come to my hood, my groove, my day. She can come too, me to be rude, you can't come up here. All the signs shining, real clear, cover one time, it's new clear. No Tessa, no Tessa, no Tessa, Tuma, Chuna, Nempesa, no Tessa, no Tessa, no Tessa, Chuna, Tuma, Nempesa.
Come on. How we doing? How we feeling? Happy 23rd of February. Oh my gosh. The year of the firehouse on your end. How you doing? Welcome to Let's Talk with Eric on this beautiful afternoon. I hope you're having a good Monday. Another week to evolving the best version of yourself. You can download our app on the Google Play Store, stream on www.blackwatchfireradionetwork.com for amazing healthy supplements, apparel clothing with the Blackwatch Fire Radio logo on it. My name is Iriton Lungoria. Always sending you so much love and light this beautiful afternoon. Remember, we do have the clothing store section on our website. You can get your t-shirt, hoodies, mags, bags with the Blackwatch Fire Radio logo on it. And also, we do have the supplements. We definitely keep us, strong and our immune system going on. So check out on our website if you're using the iPhone. Stream on www.blackwatchfireradionetwork.com for amazing healthy supplements. And if you're using the Android device, we definitely got you covered. Just go to the Google Play Store and get your Ashwagandha, you get your Seymour's, get your Manukahani coffee, and also You can also get your beetroot and multivitamin. Before I delve into the conversation about reviving Africa and basically how to stop tribalism in Africa, we'll definitely take a look at different strategies to mitigate tribalism in the political reforms and education, and also legal action, media and education, and also economic justice and equality. We do also have media education, which is really, really important because right now everything is technology, and how you can use media to promote national unity and implement school curricula that emphasize national history, because that's one thing we're not really taught. As I always say, the educational system has to be changed. That's one factor that I believe to actually help a lot of even the young people who are growing up right now to understand their identity and also their national history, their African identity, and also diverse culture rather than localized and tribal history. We'll also take a look at involving leadership and how engaging traditional leaders to advocate for unity and inclusivity at the grassroots level. But right away, let's listen into the health and benefit of Richard.
Beetroot, nature's powerhouse. Packed with vitamins, antioxidants, and nitrates, it's known to support heart health, boost stamina, and improve blood circulation. Our beetroot is naturally grown and harvested at peak ripeness. The roots are cleaned, dried, and finely ground to preserve their rich nutrition content, giving you all the benefits in one pure form. Add 1 teaspoon of beetroot powder to your juice, smoothie, or water, or take it in capsule form as recommended by your healthcare provider. Beetroot helps enhance endurance, lower blood pressure, and keep you feeling energized and balanced all day. Fuel your body with the natural power of beetroot. Stay strong, stay healthy. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
$90, you'll definitely get your beetroot, and also you'll get your Seymour's and the likes of other supplements, t-shirt, hoodies on the clothing store section. Right away, we'll start this conversation with the reviving of Africa. Remember, it's still the year of the fire horse, so I hope you're super in alignment, informed, and you're actually being intentional about everything you're doing, because honey, you got to actually dominate and take over this year. Let it be not the same as it was last year. We say if you're doing the same thing every day, you'll definitely get the same results. But what are you doing that you need to change to get something else? Once again, my name is Irton Longoria, and today we'll take a look at how you can revive Africa. And one thing we're always talking about is the fact that it has all been embedded in tribalism and also disunity. We're not united as Africans. And we do have a lot of key strategies to mitigate tribalism. We have different strategies that I'll definitely mention and go deeper into them before I actually talk more about how tribalism has affected us as the African nation. So we do have a conversation on how to stop tribalism. But first of all, let's talk about how stopping tribalism in Africa requires a multifaceted approach centered on strengthening national identity and over ethnic allegiance, fostering inclusive governance, and enforcing strict anti-discriminational laws. We have key solutions which include promoting economic equity to reduce competition for resources. We'll go deeper into this, and also implementing merit-based hiring, because we do have the fact that people are so embedded in tribalism. It has also affected the social life and also how people are actually getting employed in different companies. Because you're from this tribe, I will hire you. Because you're from this tribe, I'm not going to hire you, which doesn't really make sense. People should definitely be hired regarding or with based on their qualification, not because you're from whatever tribe. And that has been an issue for quite a long time. But right now, because we have a reviving, redefining generation, thank God most of us are not actually identified, or your work base or who you are, your personality, what can you offer, cannot actually be embedded on your tribe or where you come from. And also encouraging inter-ethnic dialogue. Political education is crucial, so true, to replace ethnic based voting with policy driven choices. This is a generation I've seen that is so different when it comes to voting, when it comes to choosing leaders, when it comes to their mentality with politics. It does not go down on base with where someone is coming from or whatever tribe they're in. That happened in the time where our parents were actually growing up and how they chose leaders, and it really, really, really actually caused quite a chaotic moment. You all remember that time. But right now we do have a generation that is actually fully based on choosing leaders on different terms, not on who you are in regards to your tribes and where you're coming from, but also what can you offer. Are you a conscious leader? Are you able to meet what you say you're going to actually implement? We also do have key strategies to mitigate tribalism. We're going to take a look at few of them as we also dive to another conversation right away on how different parts of the world in Africa, right away, like in Nigeria, is tribalism still a problem in Nigeria? But before that, let's actually um, dissect different strategies on how we can mitigate tribalism. We do have political reforms and education. Move away from ethnic based politics by creating political parties centered on ideology and national development rather than tribal identity. As I said earlier, whilst we were growing up, that used to be the case, but right now, this is what's happening. We see actually a lot of political parties that are being centered on ideology and national development rather than tribal identity. We also do have the media and education, and right now, media is such a very big deal because everybody's on social media, everything is running on social media. So, the easiest way you can actually try and educate and change this, redefine this narrative, is actually putting it out there and people to actually get more information on how they can use media to promote national unity and implement school curricula that emphasize national history and diverse cultures rather than localized tribal history by the end of the day. You also have involving leadership, and which kind of leaders are we looking for? Which kind of leaders is this regime looking for? I always give an example by the one and only Ibrahim Traore. We can see what he's been doing, what he started. He's a leader who's conscious, a leader who is thinking about a lot of years to come. He's a leader who wants to revive Africa as an independent nation. He's a leader who does not bow down to corruption and anything that is actually dimming the light in sorry, dimming the light in Africa, but basically shining the light. It's more about what he's doing about reminding us of our African identity and who we were and who we are before everything was stripped away. And involving leadership like the one and only Ibrahim Traore, engaging traditional leaders to advocate for unity and inclusivity, and basically reminding us who we are and always choosing our people first because we are our own greatest cheerleaders. And as we also see other tribes always rooting for their tribes, that's one thing we don't see with Africans. Because we've been taught that we cannot be united, so we are always fighting each other, whilst other races always come together to actually build their own and root for their own. That's one thing you've not seen for quite a while with Africans, but right now we're seeing that thanks to the one and only Ibrahim Traore actually being a great example of how Africans should be led and how leadership looks like in the hands of the right conscious leader. So involving leadership, engaging traditional leaders and also conscious leaders to advocate for unity and saying no unapologetically for to these foreign leaders and nation coming to actually to continue to strip away everything that has to do with Africa and actually trying to take over. Actually, they did take over, but actually continue to take over our lands, our natural resources. He has been able to say no to them unapologetically, and he has been able to say, you know what, we can build our own because we have everything. We have the land, we have the mines, we have the resources. While we've not been taught in how to create, we've not been taught how to build, we've not been taught how to use our skills because everything we've been taught is not about who we are as Africans. So it always has been a gap on how to actually start. But if we see or have someone who can be able to like show you the way, like the one and only Venturi, a good leader. And if other leaders who are trying to imitate on how to become Pan-Africanists in every way in their leadership skills, I believe the right person to look at right now is the one and only Brian Drury. And involving leadership is a key strategy to mitigate tribalism and engaging traditional leaders or any kind of leader to advocate for unity all the way, because we are one as Africans. We just have this little fragmentation of countries to divide us, and that was the main point. And the fact that it's still happening right now, it means we're actually affirming that the Berlin Conference did happen, and the Berlin Conference still lives with us because of this little fragmentation of countries that do have dividing us, making us feel like we are not one, we're not brothers and sisters, we are all connected as Africans. Engaging traditional leaders to advocate for unity and inclusivity at the grassroots level. I'll actually share the rest of the strategies on how we can actually mitigate tribalism. But right now, I want to share this video with us on how we can actually take a look on how tribalism has been a big factor and how it should definitely be cut off. And then later, we do have a short conversation how Dr. Umar Johnson finally goes off on Bad Bunny halftime controversy and exposes Jay-Z's setup. But before that, let's listen to this.
Africa, more than just becoming a member state of a global giant that is growing. And the financial systems of the West are well trained and experienced. BRICS is a young boy on the block. And I bet you she's less than 5 years old. And like any infant, she's still learning how to breastfeed. She's still trying to define her own name. Her teeth has not even come out. She has not bitten anything yet. If you give her hard meat, she might choke. So there is still a process.
You think it would choke with big economies on board?
When I'm talking about choking, I'm saying, do we have the consolidation and coordination amongst itself so that it can begin to become active to say, okay, in India, this is what they need. In Russia, this is what they need. In South Africa, Brazil, and the rest of Africa, so that the program does not just become homogeneous. Our needs in the South and the needs in the Great North and the Bear in the Iceland, Russia does not need what South Africa needs.
Yeah.
And maybe India does not need what Brazil needs. The question is, can we come to the table as BRICS and say, I want this from you, you can take this from me. And maybe cut off the whole issue of money. Barter must come into space. Because America was playing the doorkeeper through the US dollar. But now that we have a relationship, I would love to see machines coming from China and coal going to China. I would love to see uranium going to Russia and technologies coming to the South and beginning to equalize this imbalance. Some of these countries are almost 30, 40 years ahead of us in terms of technological development. So you cannot be an equal partner where you are technologically behind.
That makes a lot of sense. I hope the leaders of Africa who are very focused on that take that as a lesson. There are a leader in Africa he's now become a global icon or star, and especially for the African youth, is the Burkina Faso president at the moment. Of course, not elected democratically, but neither here nor there.
What is democracy?
Whatever they define as democracy, yes. So he took over via coup. So what is your take about Ibrahim Traore?
He has become a model. And I said it once, I'll say it again, even on your platform. Africa does not need democracy.
What do we need?
It's a smokescreen of lies, which allows imperialism and neocolonialism to continue. Africa needs dictators. Africa needs military dictators.
Military, not just any other dictator.
Military for security. Dictators in that they must dictate the right thing. We need people that are purposeful, cutting down the bureaucracy of democracy and getting things done. If you walk up into your parliament right now, you'll have papers the size of this room of good ideas that have never been implemented, roads that have never been finished, buildings and hospitals that have not been repaired, but budget approved and voted. It's in the pipeline. It's in the pipeline. And in the midst of that pipeline, procurement, corruption, and preferential procurement, looting and stealing is happening. How does a minister who walks into government with 50,000 shillings become a millionaire in 2 years with a salary that can't afford 3 pairs of shoes? Where does he get the money from? Any government minister who becomes a millionaire after being to a government office is a thief.
That's true. That's very true.
There's no millionaire who becomes a millionaire through government salaries. I make that statement loud and clear. So this whole concept of democracy is a facade, the entertainment for the poor, to think that by voting a president into power, they've actually put a man in control. We need people like Traore, who wakes up in the morning and says, I need 3,000 trucks of road equipment on the road by tomorrow. And 3 kilometers from Ghana into Burkina Faso, they are there by tomorrow. I need a hospital there. I need an aeroplane manufacturing industry there. And you need to give a president power, the one who can decide, not the one who can steal, the one who can decide and make a change. We look at our countries. Look at Kenya, almost 50 years of independence.
60.
Look at
63, actually.
look at Ghana, 63. Look at Zimbabwe, 40 something. And the roads that the colonialists built, we're even battling to repair them with potholes and etc. And you wonder, for the past 45 years, what are we doing? Here's the Minister of Roads, here's the Minister of Public Works, but they simply can't get things done. So what do you need? You need a leader. Boko has picked up the signal.
Yeah.
Walks up one morning and says, no more diamonds are living here. We are going to beneficiate themselves. Look at Mali. Come on, no more. Uranium is going up. We're going to beneficiate it here. We need Ghana. We need Kenya to say, no more coffee lives here. We will make the chocolates from here. Belgium must order chocolates made in Kenya. You can't take our coffee and take it to Belgium and say it's produced in Belgium. What the hell are you talking about? Who are you cheating here? You don't even have a single bush of a coffee tree in Belgium and say they're the producers of coffee. Who is lying to who? Britain cannot be the sole mother of determining the price of gold. You don't even have a quarry mine to bring me 2 or 3 dust of gold in your country. Where are you getting it from? Allow.
They're stealing.
Thuggery. That's why I called Britain Pambet for me the home of the Tomb Raiders when I discovered it in August. And by the way, next month, I'm going to be meeting up with Traore, with Mama Chombori and Lumumba, and 1,000 Americans who have been given citizenship into Burkina Faso. Repatriation of the African children will happen in my lifetime. I will be there when we're talking about the one Africa. You countries who are progressive, Kenya in particular, Nigeria and South
And
Africa,
these-
be beheaded.
Like Chihombori, Lumumba, everybody he's mentioned, they have been super embedded in Pan-Africanism and actually shining the light of the African identity and the truth that has been hidden away from us for quite a long time. And also the one and only Joshua Maponga.
Because your economies are doing very well. May God bless you. The rest of Africa will start marching behind young men such as Ibrahim Traore. 3 countries are in: Mali, Niger.
100%, as I said, so like the one and only Ibrahim Traore, and everything he's done, it's possible until there's that one person who breaks the status quo and say it's possible, I'm doing it unapologetically, and that's what Ibrahim Traore did. And right now, everybody is dropping his name because he's such a quite different, conscious leader who knows who we are as African, who understand our history, and he understands that it is possible to revive Africa back to her ground, Mother Africa, 100%.
Burkina Faso, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia, and Zambia are opening their borders to each other. You, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, I wish you can make this thing much more active. And if these 3 in the north, 4 in the south, 3 in the center, 4 plus 3 plus, we already have 13 countries that are already thinking in one space. This is where my head gets spinning. Why can't these presidents who are thinking in the same space call a conference? Call a conference together. Create a passport for us. Let's start moving with those that are moving.
Yeah.
Those that are busy dragging their feet behind with French, with the Portuguese and what, and monkeying around this agenda. We want a one Africa. 63 years later, still talking about a united Africa. The passports have been designed. They're there. The national anthem is there. The money has been designed. It's there. We lack the political power to implement these decisions. This is the bureaucracy that I'm talking about, which is a hamstring. And I hope the Gen Zs are listening to me. Don't just talk about Kenyan politics. You need to move your agenda beyond the borders of Kenya. Unfortunately, I was listening to you the other day. It feels bad that you are
I actually agree with that because it's all connected. And also, if we're more educated in what's going on in Nigeria, what's going on in Uganda, I believe we are mostly here in the Black Hot Fire Radio Network. We are always talking about everything that's going on in Africa. We're well educated on the politics that is going on in Uganda, in Tanzania, in Nigeria. It's beautiful. Mr. Newsom has a beautiful concept of how the different politics are happening even outside Africa. So we have a broader idea of what's really happening. It's also good for you to actually navigate and understand where the roots is at. Follow the money, and also the political hitman. That book, The Political Economic Hitman, it's a really really nice book. I've been reading it, and it's really 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 mind opening.
Also now getting caught up in the South African mischief, the Luos and the Kikuyus, now even the Gen Zs are divided between the Luos. Back to the tribal nonsense.
We are working towards
the same
getting
mess
away.
that Raila and Kenyatta were fighting for years before you were even born. It has now resurfaced, even amongst the young people. I thought you were Gen Zs, you were progressive. You studied together, same universities, sharing notes. But all of a sudden, when old goats with their old theories of tribal divisions come amongst you, here the Luos are now on one side, the Maasai is on the other side, the Kikuyus on the other side. The same devil that destroyed you is resurrected amongst yourselves. Wake up, Kenya!
We are getting away.
Wake up, Kenya! I'm not amongst you, but I'm with you.
Thank you very much. So, do you think
Regroup.
We are
There's a
regrouping.
very good thing happening there.
Yeah,
It's called The Confession of an Economic Hitman. Super, super amazing by the one and only John Perkins. A beautiful, beautiful book that actually provides Perkins' account of his career with engineering consulting films. And the fact that it goes deeper on how also America hit the foundation of America and how basically America's tried to actually build its nation on other people's wealth. So it's a really, really good book. An economic historian Neil Ferguson discusses some of Perkins' statement in the 2008 book, The Ascent of Money. According to Perkins, the leaders of Ecuador, President Jaime Roldos Aguilera, and Panama General Omar Torrijos were assassinated, according to the book, by U.S. agents for opposing the interests of the owners of their country's foreign debt. Really, really interesting book over there. If you have not read it, please go get yourself The Confessions of an Economic Hitman. We're gonna go on a short musical break as we come back and talk more about other conversation and more about Dr. Umar reacting or basically finally going off on Bad Bunny's Halftime and also the controversy and how he thinks about it. But let's listen to it. Before that, we'll take a listen on the different kind of supplements we do have for you.
Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
$50.90. You'll get your ashwagandha Manuka honey coffee for $59.90. And right away to the next segment, we want to take a listen on this conversation because the new light definitely Bad Bunny won fewer words, and he performed at the Super Bowl. So we do have Dr. Umar, the one and only, actually reacting to this. Let's listen in.
The language that Americans cannot understand. It's not our first language. So they're saying that why would an American sport have, I think it was the same point you make about Eminem. When you say that Eminem shouldn't be allowed to come in hip hop and be put on a grand stage, they're saying the same thing about Bad Bunny, saying that he shouldn't
disagree with him.
Okay, go ahead.
And I'm going to
Remember your position about
Absolutely.
Eminem. Okay.
And I don't think the two are comparable.
Okay.
Eminem is participating in a cultural art form created by African people. He's a visitor in the house, right? Bad Bunny, again, who I never heard of until the Super Bowl.
Yes.
He's not a visitor in the house because the house is stolen property. You cannot dictate how somebody behaves in a home you don't own. If Loon breaks into a mansion down the street and I come and stay with Loon and Loon start telling me I gotta pay rent, I'm telling Loon, pay rent to you for what? You don't even own the house. So how can you dictate Bad Bunny's behavior at the Super Bowl because you claim it's un-American when this country is un-American because it was not your property, you stole it. So if anything, go to the Native Americans and go to the Native Africans and ask them if they had a problem with what Bad Bunny did. But you can't go to the white man and say, did you have a problem with Bad Bunny's performance? Because the white man has no entitlement, no right whatsoever to dictate how people behave in a country he stole.
Right.
In
Now-
addition to that, Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans are citizens of America. The United States will be 250 years old on July the 4th, Loon. And guess what? The United States has never had an official language until Donald Trump recently signed an executive order clarifying English as the national language of America.
Right.
So if he's speaking Spanish at the Super Bowl, why is it a problem if this country doesn't have an official language, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. My respect for the man, and I don't even know him, it went through the roof. Because I saw a Latino artist put Latino people on the map,
On the main stage.
on the biggest stage,
Yes.
in a way I've never seen a black artist ever do for black people.
What do you think about Kendrick's last Super Bowl performance?
I thought Kendrick's performance was good, but in no
You
way,
didn't see
shape,
any-
form, or fashion,
You didn't see any black symbolism in that? I think
I
his
did.
whole push was
I
trying to.
did.
Okay.
He did not highlight no artists. The closest one I'm going to give is Beyonce, when she highlighted the Black Panther Party.
100%.
I'm going to put Beyonce over
She shook that.
because it
Yeah.
was clear cut
Yes.
what she was doing, right? Bad Bunny, though, Loon, he highlighted every aspect of Latino culture, from the grass they grow to the farm. He even had a Latino couple get married right there at the Super Bowl.
Right.
Talk about some Latino on Latino love, saving the Latino family. Look what he did. He had them playing cards. He had them drinking. He had the music. He had the love. He had the family. Every aspect of Latino culture he promoted, and then he hit you with the pan Latinoism, as I would hit you with the Pan Africanism. He started shouting out all the Latino countries.
Yeah.
In other words, this ain't just about Puerto Rico. I'm going to go with the whole Latino movement. You see that?
Right.
So that was Pan Africanism, but flipped into Latinoism. You follow Pan
And from
Latino?
this context, it actually brings us to the conversation we're talking about, the reviving of Africa, and the fact that I've talked about how to stop tribalism and different strategies to mitigate tribalism, and the fact that we were actually taught, or it has been embedded in our mind, that we should not be united as Africans. And we see that, and he's talking about Bad Bunny's performance at the Super Bowl, and how we see other different races actually coming together, loving on each other, supporting anything to do with them. That's one thing we did not have. I'm seeing that happening right now, but as Africans, and because of definitely the mentality and the inferiority complex of not coming together, because if we're together, we're so much powerful. As Africans, we're so many, we're large in number. And can we imagine if we definitely lift each other up and basically celebrate who we are in regards to our African identity? Let me talk about the Pan-Africanism part of it. It is beautiful to watch that. And I believe a lot of Africans will definitely, actually see themselves in that. They will try and understand and see their perspective, or see where they come from and understand who they are as a people. You can be able to relate with that, and it gives you that homely feeling and also curiosity of who you are as an individual, as an African individual.
And so what he did, I almost felt embarrassed, because I've rarely seen a black artist showcase black culture the way Bad Bunny unapologetically did for his people.
Because it was, if nothing else, unapologetic.
Oh, it was
he
unapologetic.
didn't speak English. He didn't try to bring the English
Yes.
speaking artists only.
Yes,
He didn't try to pander
unapologetic.
at all. He stood on his heritage, what they stand on, and he went for what he
And he
did.
went hard.
Yes.
Now, we talked about the cultural. Let's talk about the political. Why did the Super Bowl?
Before we go there, because I think we're going to cook there. Before we go there, I think another reason, let's talk about if we could be upset in the same way we were upset about Eminem, because I still want to speak about
I
that,
think
right?
they're two different things.
I know you do, but I'm going to add another layer to it, which is Jay-Z is the person that is curating.
I don't think Jay-Z made that call.
100%.
I don't think Jay-Z made that
Rock
call.
Nation has the deal. They have the deal.
Got the deal, but
Well, it's going to be blamed on him whether or not he made the call or not.
we agree on that. You feel me? But if I'm Roger Goodell, you may be my entertainment.
Oh, you
understand?
said it. Yes.
But because remember, Kendrick got backlash for calling Drake a PDF.
Yes. So
You
you
understand?
saying this is an NFL thing?
I
They kind of
the
stepped
NFL
in and
said,
said, we're going a different
"We're
route
going a
under
different
the
route this
umbrella
year."
of you. Yes.
Especially because you let him get up there and throw these innuendos at a Super Bowl.
And from a business perspective, appealing to the Latino community, which is an untapped market for the NFL.
Exactly. Now, the reason they went there, Trump just kidnapped the president of Venezuela. He got ICE agents all over America kidnapping Latinos of every ilk, deporting them. America looks real bad in Latin America right now. This was a propaganda stunt to improve America's image to the Latino people. Why? Because America has more to do in Latin America. Bad Bunny does not get that stage if the white power structure doesn't have plans for Latin America.
Wow. That's deep.
The underlay for the overplay. Watch how it comes.
You know, by default, if we entertain that, by default, we're saying Jay-Z is controlled.
All black celebrities are controlled.
You don't
All
think
black celebrities.
so?
are.
Jay-Z still hasn't broke the chains with his
He's
level
not
of wealth.
breaking chains.
You can't tell me you're fighting your entire life to break these chains and it's impossible to break them. You're on the same fight to break whatever chains that come. You're a celebrity now. I hope you know that.
By default.
Exactly.
Not by intent.
It don't
There's a
matter
difference.
about-
No, it's a difference. You wanna know why?
No,
Let me
sir.
tell you why there's a difference.
No, sir.
Let me tell you why there's
Go
a
ahead.
difference. Celebrities by intent. I want to be a rapper. I want to be an actor. I want to be a comedian. By intent. Your whole career was spent making deals with white people. I've never made a deal with a white person in my life. I am free as you can be on a plantation. You understand? Jay-Z got contracts. Kendrick got contracts. Rihanna, Beyonce got contracts.
I need you to know that was
You
the
understand?
name of an album. Kanye,
What was it called?
as free as you can be on a plantation.
As free as you, because I'm still on the plantation. I don't own this, but I'm as free as you can be. I have no agreement with no white person anywhere. And I get white people who contact me all the time. I can take you to the next level. People love you. I can do this for you. I can do this for you. I can't do it, Loon. Because the minute I sign with one of y'all, I'm no different than the rest of them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to be the exception. Am I perfect? No. But I'm the exception because I'm the only one who's known on that level who can say I have no contract with no Caucasian. You can't name me a comedian who can say it. You can't name me a rapper who can say it. You can't name me an actor, a dancer. Who can you name in the world of entertainment who can say I am not beholden to white people at all? I'm the only person I know.
You're the only one I can say with confidence that I have not seen take a white deal in any way.
In any way.
Yeah, and that's
In
something.
any way.
You know, I don't tell lies. I don't have a reason to.
Right.
When niggas
In
know I
any
don't
way.
do no capping or nothing. But here's the thing. Let's get back to the Jay-Z conversation because I think it's interesting that you're saying he's being used as a political shield. Now you're not saying that
But why did
outright.
he get the contract? Jay-Z was brought to the NFL's table to deflect from the fact that they didn't want to give Colin Kaepernick his job back. Jay-Z knew he was being used as pass interference. He knew he was being used as pass interference. And if
Absolutely. And that was a conversation of how we should definitely, at the start, revive our culture, revive who we are, and basically own our identity. But as we're almost winding up, there's also a strategy of a conversation that I started with in regards to mitigate tribalism, and also a conversation right now on how to talk about how and what are the root cause of tribalism in our African countries. And we do have a few comments that I want to read. on this question of what was the root cause of tribalism in our African countries and what are some of the possible solutions to end this disease that is destroying us, because we have to understand we are all one. Before all this fragmentation of the little countries, we did not have Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa. It was only Africa as a nation, and the way to actually make us not be united during the Berlin Conference, they actually divided Africa into these little countries because it's easier to control, to dominate, and to actually get their way. But also the question over here, what was the root cause of tribalism in our African countries, and what are some of the possible solutions right away, right now, on to end the disease that is destroying us as Africans? And it's only saying, if you were tasked to end tribalism in Kenya, what will you do to succeed in that assignment? I'm going to read a few comments before we wind up because of time. And I do have someone saying tribalism is not Kenyan problem, but an African problem. Deliberately created by its colonizers. The starting point is the de-recognition of colonial boundaries by the AU to give away to a united Africa with one currency and one army. Free movement of people and goods 100%. This will end all tribal wars in Africa, including Boko Haram. We also do have another comment over here that says tribalism is a political weapon for those who are afraid of competition for scarce resources. This is why it is very visible in public domain. It is a creation of the educational system bequeathed by the colonialists, Africans especially, those south of the Sahara are one people, different languages notwithstanding. African leaders must rise to the challenge of uniting Africa 100%. Let the resources of Africa be used for Africans 100%. Let looting in Africa stop. Let poverty in Africa stop. Let true leaders spring up, conscious leaders, I'm always rooting for that, in Africa again. Let no one kill them again. Let the world leave Africa to the Africans. Tribalism is artificial. It can be handled with justice, equity, fairness, empathy, good conscience, and love for each other. The spirit of Ubuntu 100%. So I'm saying all we need is United States of Africa. One currency and one passport, free movement and businesses. The last comment over here, tribalism is the greatest demon that was used by colonizers to divide and manipulate African people. Even today, it continues to haunt Africans like a ghost. It's so true. And lastly, over here, we do have it's engineered by those at the top, yet they continue doing multi-million business deals together, irrespective of tribe, without allowing anyone out of their clique. And as we nip at each other down here, we better wise up. It's so true. I definitely agree with that comment over there. It's engineered by those at the top, yet they continue doing multi-million business deals together, irrespective of tribe, without allowing anyone out of their clique in, as we nip at each other at the bottom. So we better be wise and actually understand that Africa is for Africans, and we are all one people with one common vision to redefine Africa as we redefine ourselves. That has been my time, family. My name is Iriton Lungoria. We're talking about the reviving of Africa, the ones who definitely be listening to us on the radio, on the network, on BitChute, on YouTube. I hope you're actually in concurrent of the fact that there is a time, and the time is now to revive Africa, because you are the change you need to see in the world. Remember, you can download our app on the Google Play Store, stream on www.blackwatfireradionetwork.com for amazing healthy supplements, upper clothing with the Blackwood Fire Radio logo on it. Before I wind up, let me share some of the supplements we do have for you on our website, because I take my CMOS religiously. So I hope you're definitely going to order any kind of supplements we do have for you, the likes of BitChute, multivitamin, and ashwagandha.
Fuel your body with complete multivitamin, the perfect balance of essential nutrients for daily health and wellness. Carefully formulated from natural ingredients, our multivitamin packs vitamins A, C, D, E, plus key minerals like zinc and magnesium to support your immune system and boost energy. Just 1 tablet a day is all you need. Take it with water and feel the difference as prescribed by your healthcare provider. Stay active, stay strong, stay ready with Complete Multivitamin, your daily dose of vitality. Complete Multivitamin, simple, powerful nutrition. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition store.
$2.90, you will get your multivitamin. That has been my time, family. Have a wonderful the rest of your day. My name is Irton Longoria, always sending you so much love and light, and we're always talking about redefining Africa as we redefine ourselves. Take care, and remember, hashtag the year of the fire horse unapologetically.
Doesn't be shy, I'm seeing my father. Hili wa modama lakini niko na jeshi gashui. Wazifanya mjanja, ya utajua juu. Imetindwa kinena na wakipindua haipa. Hii chitu wa doni, kunyata kuziwa bambi. Kufunga mdomo, kwenye wakiwe chumbani. Walidhani wale kufanya ngoli, sisi ngudi, tukaitani. Leo lazima mapema. You're now listening to the best music.